Oh, go cut creator, go. Nathaniel Finch putting together an open right there for us. Well done, buddy. Day 2, practice Colts camp in Westfield. We are not there. I shall explain why we're not there. Well, hell, I wouldn't be there anyway. But I'll explain even further why we're not there, because we have something to get to at our location, and a big reason why you need to motivate and join us, because we have been at the other Taylor's Pub locations in the past. This is the first time we've done a show at this one, and this one is Taylor's Pub. It's just a little bit east, I should say, of Ditch Road off of 86th Street. We are on the northwest side. Taylor's Pub location. It is awesome like the others, and we are going to have a lot to do over the course of the afternoon. Let me get you updated before we bring on board Brent Halverson coming up in just a second, too. Updated on the guest list, updated on what took place earlier today. Everybody's going to be talking about Anthony Richardson and the pick. You have to take all this in stride, because, again, it's not really going to fully matter until there's actual games being played. And not this being practice. But I know it's unsurprising, and I know that all those opinions, those judgments are going to be out there. And let's face it, we know what all these judgments are going to be really for both quarterbacks until they, and I mean they, either Richardson or Jones, until they change our mind. That is going to be what everybody will be dealing with. There's no way around it. We'll get you updated on everything per usual. Make sure you know. I heard Bernard Ryman was on with Jake a little bit earlier. Something else that he had mentioned about not being close numbers-wise. This is me paraphrasing how he answered a question that was nicely asked by Jake about an extension on the horizon. And evidently he and the Colts are not close. Let me tell you this. I don't know Bernard Ryman very well. He seems like a very smart dude, and I'm sure is surrounded by incredibly smart people. All you have to do is kind of look at this operation right now and go, all right, well, you have shown that you are a good left tackle, that you should be able to continue to grow as a left tackle. They already pay a crap load of money to the dude right next to you at left guard. Left tackles get paid handsomely in the NFL. So at some point, he's going to like those numbers. At some point, they're going to get on the same page with those numbers. Let's face it. You just don't jack around with some positions, and the Colts have been jacking around with the quarterback and trying this and trying that hasn't worked. If you got somebody, you pay that somebody. Do you not? If you got somebody, you pay somebody. And that is that. Bernard Ryman, a little bit earlier today with Jay Query, when asked the question about the possibility of an extension on the horizon, his response was as follows.
From my understanding is that the numbers don't always quite add up yet. The way they might value a position differently than my team thinks it is. We're working.
Yeah, it's Bernard Ryman to Jake a little bit earlier. Thank you, Nathaniel. Yeah, at some point, if you believe in him as left tackle, and I got news for you, I don't know who the hell else you would believe in, right? Especially with the offensive line, because you've got at least a cornerstone there at left tackle, and you have the left guard, and now you have the right tackle that is back with Braden Smith, hopefully healthy and stronger moving forward. And you're messing around with the center position. You're messing around with the right guard position. Yeah, you do not need to mess around with anything else right here. And I think Jake also had asked him whether or not he wants to remain in a Colts uniform for the long term.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, obviously, we love it here. Would love to get things done, but I'm not involved in this. Obviously, you have an agent that takes care of this. From my understanding, they aren't on the same page about things. So
you say they're not on the same page.
As of right now, they're not exactly on the same page right now. So, but I mean, as I said, for me as a football player, I'm preparing for the season because that's what matters.
Yeah, shout out to Bernard Ryman right there. The art of negotiations and making sure you get paid to the level of your value. And again, you don't want to have to mess around with a situation that you don't have to mess around with. We've seen that over the course of about how many years now? So you go ahead and etch that in stone whenever you can, and at some point here relatively soon, the two sides will get together, and you will have a left tackle for the foreseeable future. By the way, I'm sure you can check it out, 1075thefan.com. The conversation Jake had with Bernard Ryman a little bit earlier today. Taekwon Lewis is going to join me. That's coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. I didn't know a lot of things about Taekwon Lewis other than he has fought through really a myriad of injuries to get to where he is right now, to be back. And I do know that he is a fun as hell conversation to have. Taekwon Lewis a little bit later on the show. Mike Chappell with a second day of practice from Westfield update for us coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Again, Taylor's Pub. We're at Greenbrier here, just a little bit east of Ditch off of 86th Street on the northwest side of Indy. It is a Tavern tour stop for the month of July. Brought to you by Heaven Hill Distillery per usual. And it is awesome. This is like the last Taylor's Pub for us to have a show, and I mean us because Brent Halverson is here from Heaven Hill Distillery, my co-host today for this Tavern tour stop. This is the last Taylor's Pub that we have yet to do a show. We're breaking the seal this afternoon here, aren't we, buddy?
Absolutely. Not a better place to do it. We know we love the Taylor's crew, and Kyle and Clinton, thank you guys for having us back. Great to be here at the Greenbrier location, though, right? This is the first time for us, and always a pleasure. And, you know, it's a little warm outside, so
it feels great.
It's nice and cool.
I can't even believe the only reason I have a shirt on right now is because it's got our thing on it right here. Like, it's our shirt.
That's right.
Otherwise, I'd be sitting here with no shirt on.
Well, no shoes,
I haven't worn a shirt all summer
you know.
long. I'm shirtless. They had to tell me last night at Everwise, they said, all right, yeah, I know you want to see Earth, Wind, and Fire, but you got to put a shirt on. Did
you have it off? Did you have your shirt off?
I was pretty close.
Wow.
I kind of went with the tank top.
Okay, all right.
I went with the tank top. I actually was rocking a Hamm's Premium Beer tank top last night. So I was about as close to being shirtless as I could be.
Well, it was a little warm. How was the show, by the way?
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Philip Bailey is still an absolute musical genius. I think 2 original members are still a part of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Long ago, we lost. And this is a really bad spot considering this last week of significant losses, especially for us that grew up as a member of Generation X. We'll get to some of those in just a second. But Maurice White passed away years ago. He was, I think, the original genius as far as Earth, Wind, and Fire was concerned. But not only was it a great show, but that venue is absolutely, Brent, spectacular.
It is.
It is. I love Everwise.
It is one of the nicest additions to Indianapolis that we've had, and not a better place to see a show downtown than right there. So glad you had fun, man. It was definitely warm scorcher out as it is today. But again,
good.
Cool inside here. Plenty of cocktails. We got some samples, complimentary samples out there. Come by and grab me. Love to get you one, and we'll have some
look.
Some cool down.
I get a smile right there because
the staff here is awesome.
No,
too,
they
right?
are.
I mean,
look
at that.
Well, I've been here a couple of different times. I had to break this place in on my own around noon a couple of different times. And I also went next door to this grocery store next door. Holy crap, that is awesome in there.
Right next door to the Asian place?
I was going to go get some frozen squid and eel before I went home. I don't think I've ever seen frozen squid.
Does that fit in with the
yes,
tuna fish?
It's high. It's high protein.
Okay.
They have what are they called? Boll weevils. That's very high in protein. So I'm going to go home and eat some. I'm going to go home and eat some weevils.
Okay.
They're very high in protein, but no, it was awesome. I love being up here, and we love, Kyle and the gang at Taylor's Pub. They've been so great to us, whether it's off of Westfield Boulevard many times in the past or up in Ingalls with that location as well. And this is the first time. Again, just a little bit east of Ditch off of 86th Street, Greenbrier. It is Taylor's Pub. And, Brent, it's just kind of more the same level of greatness we have come to note and come to be a part of with Kyle and the gang here.
It is, and it's fun to, we surround ourselves with great people.
We do.
And it makes it just what we do that much more fun, right? So, no, it's an honor to be back here. You mentioned greatness. Quick little blurb. We had in this past week, we lost 2 big people in the greatness world.
And then 2 more today.
Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan, too, as well. So.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan today. Okay, so we had Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo from The Cosby Show.
Theo, forgot about
You had
Theo.
Ozzy Osbourne, the iconic musician, the rocker, really the godfather of heavy metal. You had Hulk Hogan, today, and I think most people, especially if you're our age, especially my age, Generation X, I mean, you grew up with Hulk Hogan, whether it was WWF then in the 1980s or the cartoon that transitioned with in Saturday Morning. I first discovered Hulk Hogan when he was Thunder Lips. Back in 1982 in Rocky III, he was Thunder Lips, and then he just became a cultural icon from that point in time on. And then we also lost today, and that was just breaking within the last hour, Chuck Mangione, who is one of the iconic musicians of really multi-eras, multi-decades. And he passed away at the age of 85, Chuck Mangione. So we'll obviously pay tribute with some re-entries with that in mind over the course of the afternoon, but it has been a rough week, especially for those kids of the 1980s. You grew up with all of this as a cultural background, and it's been a tough week for that.
It has been. Hey, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to Mr. Kevin Kreinhagen, who, speaking of growing up with Seymour, Indiana.
Kevin Kreinhagen. That is right out of Jackson County last name right
absolutely.
there. Kreinhagen.
Just kind of popped
Let's go hang out with – did he have a nickname, or did you just call him Kreinhagen?
We did call him something. Chief. That's what it was. Chief Kreinhagen. That was it.
Because you just thought, hey, Kreinhagen. That's just too many syllables. You got to call it something shorter than that, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought maybe like Krein or Hagen or Crayhay or something like that.
Well, we can make up a new one. We'll have a new one before he leaves here.
Yeah, Crayhay. So.
No, but it's awesome to see. I mean, you speak of growing up in the 80s, right? I mean, we were all into WWF and back in the day. And my buddy Clint Von Dilligan, another Seymour Owl that I speak of here, he sent me a video earlier when he was on. He was the Rock's security guy, and he kept Hulk Hogan out of going into the Rock's dressing room.
Really?
So, pretty wild that he sent me a little clip of that too. But,
I mean, and Hulk has had also some down times here, certainly, but. I do, like you remember, my first wrestling event was a WWF Saturday night main event in 1985 downtown at Market Square Arena. We got dropped off, and that's why I don't want the era of downtown becoming that again. It was nothing. You get dropped off, I go, what are you going to do? Well, you can go to the Hyatt, and there's a McDonald's, or you can just sit out on the street, and that's about it. There was nothing going on. That was before, clearly Circle Center. And before what was a downtown renaissance, before Union Station back in the day. But, yes, Hulk Hogan was the front of what was a card of the Saturday night main event at Market Square Arena. So that was my first time in 1985.
That's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories there. A lot of good memories.
All the way back right there. So it has been a tough week. I suffer because I never attended an Oz Fest. I never saw Ozzy do a live show. And that's why I try to see so many different things now, because you just don't know when it's all going to end, man.
That's
you
right.
don't. I don't want to try to preach to anybody right now about that, but there's a reason why I love and discuss music and want to be a part of it, because you just don't know when that person is going to no longer be with us to perform live like that. So
yeah, and I didn't realize, Weck, when he did that the final show, which was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whenever that was, how bad he was at that point, and he really put all he had into it to make sure he was able to do one last show. Money went to charity too, which was awesome, right? So, but just pretty amazing, and again, a lot of history there, and rest in peace to all the good guys.
That's Brent Halverson right there. Heaven Hill Distillery brings the Tavern tour stop to you. Taylor's Pub. Now you're going to look it up, and you're going to go, wait a minute, you guys are always off of Westfield Boulevard. No, just a little bit east of Ditch, off of 86th Street. Is our location today. We'd love to have you. The free samples, per usual, are flowing from the roster of great beverages with Heaven Hill Distillery. Britt and I have conversations about the NFL, I'm sure, because now I guess we're fully engulfed into the NFL, given now the Colts are a couple of practices deep in training camp. We shall get to that and more on the quarterback battle with Mike Chappell coming up here in the 5 o'clock hour. The Fever, by the way, they're at home later on tonight in the Stranger Things uniforms. They'll be rocking. No Caitlin Clark. Seems like the Stranger Things now would be Caitlin Clark's participation. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but at some point over the course of the season, hopefully Caitlin Clark is back. I know that they're suggesting, I saw this a little bit earlier, there's no further injuries other than the groin situation she's dealing with right now. So hopefully, let's just say, for example, by August, Caitlin Clark is back, because even on the season is not where they want to be. And Las Vegas, the Aces, they play later on tonight, Brent, are kind of right around that even on the season situation record-wise. It'd be nice to see them get back, and that's been without Caitlin Clark. Has been a great deal of kind of up and down, lack of cohesion, which is expected, but it's still, nonetheless not disappointing with those circumstances involved.
No, absolutely. And she's such the X factor, And I think we even saw that a little bit for the WNBA All-Star game, which we had the pleasure of kicking off last Friday. We were at O'Reilly's Pub downtown.
It was a good-ass time.
Great time. And, we had some great things going on there. But I think the crowd would have been a little bit more if Caitlin was even playing, right? I mean, we're drawing some more.
A lot of people were selling their All-Star tickets because of that. And that's one thing everybody has to realize. I mean, it does start the interest level that has grown, Brent, that the WNBA has become is in large part because of her. So you got to play off of that. I hate to say it. I mean, it sounds weird to say, but you got to nurture it, cultivate it, whatever, because, it can just as quickly go away.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. And you see the circumstances without her participation. So hopefully she gets back and can stay healthy, because this season has not been it.
It has not been. And, again, get healthy, right? She came back maybe a little too soon than the first time.
Yep.
And then now you're going to rest it out, get back and get in. And again, what she's done for the sport, the WNBA, has been astronomical, but the Fever need her, and they need her on that court. So
no doubt about that.
Hope she gets well soon and back out on the court and getting some W's.
Taekwon Peter is somebody we discussed with his head coach from Liberty, Richie McKay, a couple of weeks ago, if you remember. He was a second-round selection. He gets signed for a two-way. It looks like Enrique Freeman is on the go. And another to surprise you, because there's a reason why they targeted Taekwon Peter. We talked to Chad Buchanan about that going back a couple of weeks ago as well, what they liked in his game. It's kind of interesting. Taekwon Peter was a guy at Liberty, and we talked to his head coach again, Richie McKay, about this, that came off the bench. He was their sixth man, and a lot of people, because they're a team that I think now they're in the American, the AA, I believe, is where Liberty is located conference-wise on their affiliation now. But he came off the bench. He was the sixth man, whereas he would be and could be starting. However, he chose not to disrupt things that were going on over the course of the season to come off the bench. And I think we got a little bit of a taste, and I know that they want to see more. I know Ryan Carr in particular, that scouted him a great deal, was very impressed with his skill set. He has an NBA-level transferable skill set, but you want to work him. They're going to work him through. And I really, probably at a lower level because it's Liberty, and I know Brooks Barnhizer a great deal, and I know what Oklahoma City did in selecting him in round two and what they expect. I think both he and Taekwon Peter are kind of on a similar trajectory. Both organizations have in mind what they could become and how they would like to utilize them, and they're moving them along. They were both targeted in the second round for a reason, and we got that news regarding Taekwon Peter a little bit earlier today. So, Brent, as far as our Tavern Tour stop is concerned right here, other reasons why people should join today.
Well, again, not a better group of people to be surrounded by than the Taylor's crew, and again, what Kyle and Clinton have put together. Yeah. All their staff, great food, yes, great cocktails, a lot of great people filling in here right now. So we've got a lot of good things going on, some complimentary samples, get you some of the cool-off juice, if you will, from this hot day outside. Nice and cool, 70 degrees inside right here, right now.
Taekwon Peter is another guy, too, that I wanted to go ahead and put a bow on that particular conversation, is he will surprise you with his level of athleticism. I think some people in Vegas are kind of surprised. I mean, he's been known as a shooter, but he will surprise you with his level of athleticism, and that's probably what gives you even more interest in him moving forward. And plus, it's the type of season where you're going to be able, I think, still to be competitive, but you want to also cultivate and grow. And Taylor Peters is one of those guys that they certainly want to look at in that capacity right there. So that news a little bit earlier today. By the way, too, if you want to hear more about him, that Richie McKay interview is up somewhere at 1075thefan.com. You can go track that down and listen at your leisure with his head coach at Liberty describe exactly what he coached up and what he saw and how that could translate to the ultimate level in the NBA. All right, 239-1070 is that number. I should also mention, Brent, that our friend Matt Godbout's going to slide by from AAA a little bit later on. He's got tickets to hand out. I just don't know where the tickets are going to be yet, to what, but he's got tickets. And let me tell you this, at Ruoff, and we've got some nice shows coming up. You have early entry if you're a AAA member. At Ruoff, you have the Premier Lounge with AAA. There's a lot of really good reasons to become a AAA member and to win some tickets later on today.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing him. And, I've been a AAA member for many years, 30-plus years, I guess. But, I guarantee whatever tickets he has, it's going to be good. They're going to be great seats because I remember he did this past.
He did.
They
gave somebody 4 tires in the parking lot last summer, too. Remember that with my pit crew?
That's right.
Somebody won 4 tires. We're going to go ahead and slap them on in the parking lot right there.
You can't beat that service right there.
Which is wonderful. We should also mention, too, I don't know if you've ever met Jonathan. I met him in the back as I was going to the bathroom. Some of my best relationships were built when I'm going to the can. And what's amazing, I'm 55 now, and I go to the can so much more frequently.
Yeah.
It's like, and it depends on what size bladder I'm wearing. I don't know yet. Like last night, I clearly had the small bladder on. It was problematic. But today, hopefully, because I'm back here in the corner, I have the larger bladder on. But Jonathan Dugdale, I don't know if this is historically awesome. And
Kincaid's,
you know where
yes.
I am with protein and quality meats right here. Kincaid's Meat Market.
It's a great spot.
With locations
Absolutely.
in and around Indy. Jonathan Dugdale, the owner, is back there right now.
That's awesome.
Hanging out.
Great spot for great meat. Say they go along with the meter, too,
The meat. There he is. Hey, Jonathan, man. Do you guys have bison? Oh, jeez. I got to go. I'm going to slide by. 56th in Illinois is the location nearest us, about 4 miles away.
Can't beat that.
I need me a little high-protein bison right there.
He'd right up your alley.
Jonathan Dugdale is in the house. All right, we got samples and more. Brent, explain.
We do. Come on out. Let's try some of these samples. We got some great brands like Larceny Bourbon, Evan Williams, some Evan Williams flavors. Got the Deep Eddy Vodka lineup, and we've also got some Lunazul and Tequila Ocho that are now in the house, too. So come on up here. We'll get some samples and cool down on a hot day.
It's Brent Halverson, Heaven Hill Distillery, this Tavern tour stop. A Thursday. What a great day to come join us inside Taylor's Pub on the northwest side, a little east of Ditch off of 86th Street. We would love to have you. The month of July Tavern tour stop. 239-1070 is that number. The email address is jmv at 1075thefan.com. AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live, where Matt should have some tickets for us a little bit later on. Become a AAA member today and watch us inside the AAA Membership Lounge. Again, that's YouTube Live. The stream, the app, it is HD Radio. Mike Chappell from day number 2 of practice up at Colts Camp in Westfield at Grand Park. And Taekwon Lewis on the defensive side of the football. We talked to Nick Cross, the safety, yesterday, how Lou Anarumo is different from that of Gus Bradley. Even more detail with Taekwon Lewis coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Do not go anywhere. The stream, the app, it's HD Radio, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
On July 27th, go to 1075thefan.com to enter. Now, here's your 2025 race update, brought to you by Bet365.
Allow me to update you this weekend, the Brickyard 400. I should also mention, too, tomorrow night over at Lucas Oil Raceway, the Truck Series. I love a Lucas Oil Raceway. You're going to love that race, too. Xfinity Series, Brickyard 400. Dover last weekend, Denny Hamlin was the winner. And you've got a Brickyard 400 weekend coming up. And there's your update with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down cause my
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Yeah, master that offense, would you? Hey, for the love of God, somebody under center master the offense, would you, please? Come on. I'm telling you, I mentioned this, and yeah, I guess it is a shot to a degree. I'm ready for another, Jeff. If you're ready, I'm ready too. So many people, and I've mentioned this before, are apathetic about the start of this season, or really the season in general. Somewhere and sometime, you need a spark. You need a little bit of juice because it is not happening right now. And we can have all the conversations in the world, all the sound we play back for you in the world, but it will not matter until that happens. Anything. All right? I don't think it's a bummer that it's taken so long, but if it ever were to evolve and happen, who the hell cares? Just otherwise, the alternative is what we've been a part of now for a while, and nobody wants that any longer. They don't. Mike Chappell gets us updated on day 2 of practice coming up at the 5 o'clock hour from the defensive side of the football. It is Taekwon Lewis going to join us coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Nathaniel's back at the studio. Dave and Ethan here on site. We have a $50 Visa gift card to give away, fellas, over there, too, as we're live at Taylor's Pub at Greenbrier location. More on that in a second. Dev's the on-site engineer. Brent Halverson rejoins us now from Heaven Hill Distillery, and Brandon is a very special guest in the house today.
We have Brandon Cass here, who is the founder and promoter for Mudsock Fest 6.
That's a Fishers Noblesville thing, this Mudsocks? What's this about?
Well, I'm going to let Brandon take over here because it's a big festival that's starting this weekend at Mystic Waters Campground. So got some great stuff. I'm going to let Brandon, thanks for joining us here, and tell us a little bit about Mudsock and what's going on.
Yeah, Mudsock Fest started in Fishers, Indiana. Mudsock area, which before they built the reservoir, it was like a little swampland.
Yeah.
When the horses would walk through there, they would come out wearing mud socks.
Yeah.
So the first 3 festivals we had were in Fishers, but then we outgrew our area we were having it in, so I hooked up with Brent, and we're having it at Mystic Waters Campground for our 3rd year, so everything's going great.
Well, and what's interesting now in Fishers, there's not probably 10 feet of grass to walk through any longer without something concrete or built there, is there not?
Sidewalks
something brick
everywhere.
and mortar-wise, right?
Pretty much true. Another cool thing, though, I mean, and all this is for charity, too, right?
I love that.
Goes with the, if you want to take over and tell us a little bit about the charity.
All the money we raise goes to Children's Theraplay Foundation, which is only a couple miles from here in Carmel. It's one of the nation's largest hippotherapy pediatric therapy centers in the nation, which is therapy with horses. So we sponsor 2 therapy horses up at their herd. We also give out a scholarship. We also donate to the Animal Protection League of Anderson.
Good for you.
So it's just a bunch of good people getting together, having a good time, raising a bunch of money, and then giving it away.
At Mystic Waters Campground, where, by the way, our 3rd annual Labor Day weekend bender is coming up.
That's right around the corner as well. Absolutely.
As well, Brent. Mystic Waters Campground this weekend, right?
That's right. This weekend, so Mudsock Fest. So Friday night, Jansen is playing from 7 to probably 11 area. And then Saturday is pretty awesome. Saturday's going to be a lot of games.
Yeah, Saturday, we've got stuff all day Saturday.
A lot of fun things. I mean, starting at 2 o'clock, you got the Obscene Sardines playing. Corey Hill from 3 to 4. You got Lovesick Moan, 4:30 to 5:30.
They had sardines next door in the frozen food section of this.
A little different, John. A little different.
Yeah.
6 to 7:30, Feeling Minnesota, which they were out there last year, and Y Store played out last year, and it was outstanding.
Yeah.
And then this is a treat coming up. We have the American Fools Band. So John Mellencamp cover band, probably the best that's out there. And a couple of them, speaking of Seymour, Indiana, Mr. Jason Stahl and Brian McKenna are part of American Fools Band. They'll be out there playing and rocking.
Do they
Saturday night.
forget all about that macho blank and learn how to play guitar?
You got it. You're spot on.
They say it?
They don't say blank.
Do they say the word?
They say the word,
They
man.
say the word.
They say
I
the
know the
word.
guy that runs this. He may have already requested that song.
All about that macho blank. So that was always everybody. Ooh, he discussed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And now, like today, now it doesn't even go. Oh, whatever. So
Oh, yeah, it kind of rolls off the tongue now.
just
but,
right off the tongue. That's fun. Now the Feeling Minnesota band, is that like Soundgarden-esque?
Yes,
you get that from the
exactly.
song? Is that what you got?
Yeah, there are guys from Ohio, Delaware, Ohio, coming over. They do 90s cover band.
Love it.
Alice in Chains.
That's great.
Oh, it is. Yep.
You know how hard it would be to be a cover band and have a Lane Staley or a Chris Cornell voice? How the hell does that work?
Oh, yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Darn the luck.
And
Wouldn't that be nice?
not be like Mad Season or something like that from the 1990s.
Yeah.
That's
the
incredible.
Obscene Sardines are actually going to be a very interesting band. They're 4 high school guys out of Muncie that got a hold of us and want to play, so they're making their worldwide festival debut at Mystic Waters
outstanding.
Campground.
All
So
right. They're kicking the day off, too,
Can't
at
wait
2
to see
o'clock.
them,
Plus,
yeah.
there's also, there's cornhole tournaments. There are...
Silent auction. We've got a silent auction going on all day. Cornhole tournament, fishing contest. We're going to have an adult paddleboard race. Be careful what we get into on that one. I don't. Yeah. 50-50 drawings. There's stuff going on all day, and all this money goes to a good cause. We're going to have food all day.
Love it.
Plus, John, I hope you can get a chance to stop by because there's also the Volkswagen Bus Village, and that's what Brandon and a big group, there'll be 13, 15 buses, Volkswagen buses out there. And so there's a Volkswagen Bus open house,
Yeah,
and we
open
always
house,
do a
walk
little
around.
giveaway for the best campsite and stuff set up.
Brent's the judge for that.
That's right.
That's actually how we got connected. Was Brent said he bought his dream car, which was a 1974 Volkswagen, which I have a 1974 Volkswagen. So I got a hold of him. And
Is yours a bus or a bug?
Mine's exactly like his.
His is a little nicer. And he's got the, what's that called that you tow behind it? It looks like
the Ariba Puck, 1967 Ariba Puck. It's already out at your place. I took it
it's
there today.
outstanding. I mean,
So is it a camper? Is that what that is?
It's a little teardrop camper made in 1967. Yeah.
Wow.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's really cool, though, when you see everybody set up and they deck these things out. I mean, it's pretty special, and that's what that land out there is for. And I'm excited to have you guys.
Did you
back
guys
on
have to
Brandon.
put seatbelts in your VW bus? Because there's zero way they came with them.
Oh, mine has one.
Does it really?
Yeah, it doesn't retract or anything. It just kind of
nobody
flaps
ever wore
over me.
them,
And
though, right?
It gets adjusted.
I click it in.
Everybody's kind of bounce around.
There's
inside
definitely
of it,
not an airbag in there.
Yeah,
so
there's no
but
airbag.
The positive thing is it doesn't go much more than 65 miles an hour. So you know, you can stay pretty
0
pretty
to
true.
65 eventually.
You got to get those
Eventually,
feet
yeah.
down there like
Soon
the
to come.
Flintstones to pick up that speed
That's
a little
right.
bit. Don't
Hey,
you,
but
I think?
there's nothing better than
Brandon, one more time. So we're doing this for charity, a great cause, and you're going to have some fun.
Oh, yeah, going to have a great time. We're going to have food out there. We're giving away, we have a donation breakfast Saturday morning, slow and low barbecue truck there all day. I'm giving away about 150 grilled cheese Saturday night, which I think you had one at Labor Day. The last grilled cheese.
That's
you
probably the
ever
last
had.
grilled cheese I had right there. It was, yeah. Matter of fact, I think it was the last piece of bread I may have had right there was that grilled cheese right there.
Yeah,
I
but
do remember now. I remember seeing that VW bus when you were out there. Yeah, it's a great time.
Oh, it is.
Really
it is. And anybody can come out. And again, it's $25.
Yep,
It gets you. That's all donation. It's just enjoy the land, and then that money goes all towards the charities too.
Yeah,
so.
you can get tickets and find all this information out at www.mudsockfest.com. We're looking forward to seeing everybody.
Absolutely.
Brandon, thank you very much for coming by. Good to see you again,
Yeah,
pal.
you too.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Looking
See you
forward
guys.
to it.
Brandon
Thanks.
Cass right there, Mudsock Fest, Mystic Waters Campground. That is going to be a great time. I cannot wait to get up there with you as well. Did you know that we're doing a precursor to the 3rd annual weekend bender for Labor Day at Mystic Waters Campground? On the 9th of August, I am doing a live JMV takeover inside the tap room at the Indiana State Fair.
Is that right? You mentioned that. Is it official, huh?
It is the tap room at the Indiana State Fair. That's Saturday night. I've never been in the tap room at the Indiana State Fair, but I've heard good things. So that should be awesome. And again, that is kind of a warm-up for our Labor Day weekend bender, which is coming up on the JMV Takeover. B105.7 for those shows as well. This 93.5, 107.5, the Fan, a reset, Taylor's Pub, Northwest Side, our location just off of 86th Street, a little bit east of Ditch Road. The first time we have been at this Taylor's Pub location, we can count on, thank you, Brandon, I appreciate it. Count on Billy. Jimmy's over there. Big Tom. I saw Big Tom a little bit earlier, too. Always count on them. And we have the free samples that are flowing. And the sports news today is the battle of the quarterbacks that continues. Taekwon Lewis, who's going to join us at the top of the hour, I don't believe practiced today. I believe it was a part of some of the defensive linemen that did not take part. But it was kind of interesting regarding Taekwon Lewis. Had a really good summer, and he's a guy that has just persevered through injuries, and they like him enough to keep him around, clearly. But he got to go home and celebrate a community day in his hometown of Tarboro, North Carolina. And I was doing a little bit of research on that, and Tarboro, North Carolina has a number of athletes and celebrities. It's a town of around 15,000, I think, just right outside of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. But a number of athletes that you would know, and an actor that you would know, celebrities you would know from where Taekwon Lewis is from. Todd Gurley, the former running back in the NFL and at Georgia. Kelvin Bryant, the former running back. Old school running back is from Tarboro, North Carolina. Trent Tucker, remember him at Minnesota, and then with the Knicks, the three-point shooter is from Tarboro, North Carolina. Mike Caldwell, the baseball player, the right-handed pitcher, most notably for the Brewers, is from that location as well. And did you know Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard, Ben Jones, played the role of Cooter, is also from the hometown of Taekwon Lewis, who Brent's going to join us coming up at the top of the hour.
That's outstanding. Wow. Small world, huh?
It is. It is a small world. Incredible. And I do have a great deal of admiration for Taekwon because of all the injuries he has gone through. And normally that's going to get you sent out the door immediately if you can't count on or be counted on if you don't have that availability because of injury. I mean, it's tough. Normally they go ahead and get rid of you and go a different location, a different body, different personnel. But with him, they bring him back because they like him. Clearly, the Colts have liked him for a number of years now.
Well, and get back into it. And I was just talking. There's a lot of talk going on about the Colts, right? There's a bunch of changes, as we all know. Still waiting to see how that quarterback situation is going to play out. But it's going to be dynamic. And hey, we're only 7 weeks away now, John, which is outstanding. So we've got a pretty full schedule building as we talk right now for our Larceny Lock Lunazul Shots 8th year in activity.
That's incredible.
It's going to be going on, and we've got a couple fun new additions and a couple of our old favorites as well.
Are we going to? Can we hint on where we're going to, as far as because you have one that's going to blow everybody away in September.
There is one in September. It'll be week 2.
Week 2 at Larceny Bourbon Locks and Lunazul Tequila Shots.
I will just tell you it's at the #1 bar in Bloomington, Indiana.
What do you guys think might be the #1 bar in Bloomington, Indiana? And it's always been a great place, but I don't think it's been #1. But now, man, it's hitting big now.
It is rocking and rolling. I was there yesterday with the guys. We're really excited. See you, Kevin. Great to see you, bro. Really excited. I mean, this is kind of a new program. We're kicking off Monday Night Football with them. We're going to be doing a Monday Night Football program with them throughout the year up there with Lunazul and Larceny and Evan Williams too. So, but we're going to be there for week 2, and again, we'll bring that to shed a little light on that as we go. But we do have some news that just came in that we should maybe bring up.
Let's tease this. We'll hit a break.
All right.
But this is the first time we've ever done this. So those of you that own a bar or know a tavern owner, we'll come back with this on the other side. This is interesting news. This is the first time we've ever done this.
It's kind of exciting, too. I mean, it's a little bit
really cool.
It's sad, but we're going to pivot and add a little excitement to it and see who's out there that might be able to come up with a good spot.
Tell you about that on the other side. By the way, Lara Overton with the Colts was just listening and said that Taekwon once upon a time was the MVP of David Thornton's youth football camp. So, and thank you, Lara, for that. It is kind of full circle for Taekwon Lewis. I think with Lara, it also is noted that Taekwon Lewis is just a really good conversational dude who joins us coming up at the top of the hour. Don't miss that interview. And Tavern owners, got some news for you coming up on the other side. This is going to be good for somebody, and sooner rather than later. We'll get into that coming up in just a moment. Brent, John, Taylor's Pub, Greenbrier location, Tavern Tour stop the month of July. Do not go anywhere. The AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live at 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. And I am damn glad you're here with us. I love to see these familiar faces. Our Tavern tour stop is at Taylor's Pub. We've been at many Taylor's Pub in the past, Westfield Boulevard, Ingalls, but never to this one in Greenbrier, a little east of Ditch Road, 86th Street. I'm John. That's Devin, the engineer. Dave, Ethan over there with a $50 Visa gift card to give away. Matt Godbout on the inbound too from AAA with tickets to give away, courtesy of AAA. Brent Holverson is across from us. We've got news.
We do have news. This is pretty exciting.
This is breaking news. Now, everybody listen up. If you're a tavern or a bar owner, or if you know somebody that is, this is important. Brent, share.
This is. So we had an account that we were going to be at. Been there for a long time, and they unfortunately closed this in the past few weeks. So just finding that out and digging through some things, we thought, you know what, hey, let's throw it out there. Let's see if there's any little jump ball. There any interest out there. If you've got something, shoot us a note. We'd love to see. We've got a tavern tour at the end of August, so that will be August 28th. It's Thursday. Be there from 3 to 6, and we would love to hear some of your thoughts on where that might be.
Yes,
we'd like to go, and we will definitely announce this. John, you'll announce this here in the next week when we get it all pinpointed. But if you got any thoughts out there, let us know. We want to throw out that jump ball.
Yes,
and see who's out there that would like to have us come out.
This is the first time we've ever done this, and if you're the owner, if you know the owner, or if you just want to see us at one of your favorite places, hit me up at JMV 1070 or JMV at 1075thefan.com, or you can call at 239-1070. Let Nathaniel know, and we'll get you on and talk. Whatever you're thinking about, this is the first time we've ever done it. Your place is where we're going to go next. The place of your choice, Brent.
That's right. I'm anxious to see what some thoughts are out there. And again, we love to find as my boss and speaking of Mr. Randy Strand, his last days are coming up. His official last day is next Thursday.
He's a legend. He
is a legend, but as he calls them, a joint, something that is a tried and true. It's been there for 20 plus years, and it's a place that. You love to go, all your friends love to go, and it's got some great history to it. And we want to be there to celebrate with you. So we'd love to hear your thoughts, and we will take these into heavy consideration. And we'll see if we can't even come up with something by the end of the show. But if not, midweek, we'll let everybody know where we'll be at. We will be somewhere August 28th. It's a Thursday for our last tavern tour before the NFL season starts, just right after that. So looking forward to that.
It's like an all-request Thursday afternoon. Really, it's like an all-request Saturday night where you call up and request what you want. You tell us where you want us to go, and we'll see if that fits and roll with it. Taylor's Pub for the month of July. That's our tavern tour stop. That's Brent. I'm John. Taekwon Lewis coming up. Colts defensive lineman after 4 o'clock. Mike Chappell with a day 2 practice update from Westfield after 5. We would love to see you here off of 86, just a little east of Ditch Road. Tavern tour stop at Taylor's Pub with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Hogan passed away earlier today at the age of 71. And we know this is from the first WWF album. I want to say this was like 1985 or 86. And here's where I guess it's interesting. From the state of Indiana, Rick Derringer was actually doing all the music work. Hulk Hogan just kind of did the lip syncing and fake guitar playing, if you remember in the video. But this was the Hulk Hogan song, I Am a Real American, that was performed by Rick Derringer. And we lost Rick Derringer about 2 months ago, the former Hoosier. And Hulk Hogan passed away earlier today. What's that? Yeah, well, yeah. So Rick Derringer was from the state of Indiana, if you remember. I think moved to Ohio. I believe he had a friend. Did he have somebody in his family called? Sometimes I get things a little bit mixed up, but if I recollect that accurately, called in after he had passed away. And Hulk Hogan passed away earlier today at the age of 71. And that goes along with Ozzy Osbourne a couple of days ago. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, who drowned in the Caribbean off the coast of Costa Rica earlier this week. And then at the age of 84, one of the more incredible in the past and really in the present musicians, Chuck Mangione, passed away today at the age of 84. So it has been a great deal of bad luck. That is Hulk Hogan was involved with that, but Rick Derringer did all the work on that particular song. Hey, we are back at Taylor's Pub. Thank you for joining us. Taekwon Lewis is going to join us coming up in a couple of minutes, too. Mike Chappell regarding day 2 of Colts camp and practice. The quarterback battle, the more emphasis that has been put on from Lou Anarumo on that secondary, with Mike coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Matt Godbout at AAA's got some tickets to give away. We'll do that a little bit later on as well. Brent Holverson rejoins because we did break that news a little bit earlier regarding this show and a Tavern tour stop that is available now in the month of August. So next month coming up, there's availability there. I've got Jeremiah that has mentioned the Mason Inn in Pittsboro, Green Street Pub in Brownsburg, couple right there in Hendricks County that Jeremiah would like us to hit. Again, Mason Inn, Pittsboro, Green Street in Brownsburg. And Brent, I know you have some other opportunities of interest pouring in over there too.
Yeah, I've got a few coming in here, and one of them, a big shout out to Mr. Pat Hurley, who's out there. And Pat Hurley is Johnny's one of my all-time favorite people. When I got in this industry. Pat's a mentor of mine, and there's not many better people than him, and I love hearing from you, Pat. So thank you for reaching out. We've got a request for the Blind Owl. As well, so Blind Owl.
71st and Benford is that location.
Great spot there too, as well. So we've got some coming in. This is great to see, and great to hear. It's pretty exciting. Kind of what's to be. We don't know yet, right? It's the unknown.
Right on.
So looking forward to it. There's a lot of great spots out there. Definitely looking forward to. We'll fine tune this. We'll hone in on it. And we will let you know, hopefully before the end of the show. If not, it'll be first of the week.
I have 2 from my neck of the woods, which is way, way down in my neck of the woods. One is the Odin Tavern in Odin, Indiana, famous for their fish sandwich. The other is Aggie's Funhouse, which on the square in Bloomfield, Indiana, the county seat of Greene County, here recently, and I know the owner, Rusty Hash, very well, has been redone. So Aggie's Funhouse in Bloomfield, also another entry into where we may end up going coming up in August, Brent.
Yeah, this would be we'll do a little due diligence here to make sure we can make some calls. There's some things that have to line up perfectly, but we do love these requests. It's kind of exciting, too. Hey, this might be something we build upon for the future, and once we set out a couple of them, maybe we start doing once or twice a year, all request tavern tour locations.
I don't mind that idea at all because I think we end up you end up getting some stuff that maybe you don't initially think about.
Don't
when
think
you're going
about
over this
and there's
schedule.
that's the thing. And that's what we're looking for in the Tavern Tour, right, John? When we started this is our third year, but
correct.
It was finding the places that have been there, tried and true. It's not it's your hometown bar, right? It's a place that everybody goes. They know your name. That's the type of place we want to be at. So keep coming in. We love this, and exciting to see what's coming next.
At JMV 1070, if you want to send me something via X, the bar, tavern, dive, where you want us to go coming up in the month of August, or you can call in at 239-1070. Send me an email at jmv at 1075thefan.com. I mentioned Mike Chappell is going to join us coming up in the 5 o'clock hour as well. We're going to have some stuff to give away. Taylor's Pub off of 86th Street, just a little east of Ditch Road on the northwest side. This is the Tavern Tour stop for the month of July. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline right now, you know him from the Colts defensive line, and, perseverance comes to mind immediately when you hear the name Taekwon Lewis as a part of Colts camp right now in Westfield, who joins us once again on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, Taekwon, thank you for the time. How are you?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to come on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty well. Yourself?
Well, we're going to dive in a little bit to T-Town and your community celebration in your hometown of North Carolina. And also, I've been told from a mutual acquaintance that you're a big-time car guy. So we're going to get into that a little bit, too. Yes. I've done my damn research, Taekwon.
I appreciate it, man.
Taekwon Lewis joins us. Let's start right here. Transition from one coordinator to the other. You go from Gus Bradley now and what he does and what he wants to now something completely different to Lou Anarumo. How is that transitional process going so far?
Oh, it's been great, man. Lou is very hands-on. Very, very, very stern and to the detail. He's very, I guess he has a big playbook. Let's say that. Lou, he has a lot of things to offer to the defense. Gets a lot of guys in great positions to be successful.
For those that are kind of curious, I'm curious. I talked to Nick Cross, your teammate, yesterday about this, but your thoughts on what fans will see, maybe some of the nuances and differences that they will see, or maybe even better yet, what they won't see that you can talk about right now that they can expect. Anything stand out to you?
Yes, I think you'll see a very disciplined product on the field. I think you'll see a lot of great plays being made by a lot of great players on the field. Each and every one of the guys have bought into what Lou's bringing to the table. This thing goes as the players go and coaches coach, players play. I think Lou is a great coach, and he's been doing a great job for us so far, and we're thankful to have him here in Indy.
Yeah, he is. Taekwon Lewis, Colts camp, joining us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Is this much of a change for you, just individually speaking, and your responsibilities at all, or does most of that still remain the same?
It depends. Lou has a lot of defenses to offer. I think sometimes we learn new stuff every day, new terminology. Like I said, a lot of different fronts. He's like a mad scientist sometimes. So some of it's new, some of it's I'm not gonna say recycled information, but it's a new language sometimes.
Does it take a minute to get, or because you've done this basically all of your life now and learned new things, is it just like secondhand nature to you by now?
Well, believe it or not, I've been in the same kind of defense all my life since like Little League. So some of the stuff we do is totally different to me, and it's new. But I'm a fast learner. I'm a very, very smart guy. So I learn multiple ways, and I'm just picking it up as I go.
I'm trying to picture Taekwon Lewis in one of his cars, one of his rides, with the playbook in hand, studying, doing a little cramming for anything like that. That doesn't take place. It just all kind of flows for you, huh?
No, not much of cramming. I look at it on the projector. I write it down. Then I might look over it again, and it's like second nature. It just comes to me sometimes.
That's Taekwon Lewis on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. How do you feel at this point in your career right now? There's been a lot of battles, and when I think about you, when they said that you're going to come on, Conte said, hey, Taekwon's going to join you tomorrow, I think about the word perseverance. What do you think about in thinking about your career to this point with the Colts?
Oh man, it's been great. You know, it's been some times where we have setbacks and stuff like that, but you know, what good is a story if you don't have anything to overcome? So, like you said, perseverance is just great to have, especially in my corner. You know, just to get through anything and everything that life has brought my way.
Has that been basically you in a nutshell, going all the way back to Tarboro, North Carolina, on the day? Has that been you persevering?
Oh yeah, any and every chance I could get, you know, whether good, bad, ugly, and different, you know, I'm always grateful. You know, any opportunity I get to do anything in life, I just try to make the most of it.
Tarboro, North Carolina celebrated a community day not too long ago. And you are the emphasis of that. I come from a very small town, even smaller than that in southern Indiana, and I know what it means to go and come from a small community and to give back and to be a part of that, because your heart and your soul never leaves. You may be here, but it never leaves where you grow up like that. How special of a moment was that for you this summer?
Oh, it was a great moment just to go back and see everybody from my youth and everybody from the hometown that's played a part in helping me become the Taekwon Lewis I am today. You know, it was just great just to give back and give everybody an opportunity just to see what life has to offer as far as outside of Tarboro, and you know, just help make the community a better place as well.
On the banks of the Tar River, I believe around Rocky Mount, North Carolina, in that metropolitan area, is Tarboro, North Carolina. I did look this up. There are a lot of athletic dudes, a lot of notables coming from your area. Holy crap!
Yes, sir. a lot of athletes coming out of Tarboro.
Yeah, and you know what? What's
a lot of winning football and a lot of winning everything there. You know,
so
very athletic.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, Taekwon, I'm looking this, and it's not just in football. It's football. It's baseball. Mike Caldwell was a former major league pitcher from there. It's basketball. I just watched Montrezl Harrell play in the TBT over the weekend for his former Louisville team. Trent Tucker, who played at Minnesota, was a noted three-point shooter. I think for the Knicks, for the most part, people around here will remember him. It's like a who's who of athletes and stars from your community.
It is. It's a lot of great athletes over there in Tarboro, man. Me, myself, Todd Gurley, Jacoby Cofield, Sean Drone, Donald Frank. It's a lot. Kelvin Bryant.
Yeah, Kelvin Bryant. I should mention him too. Yeah. And I should mention Cooter from Dukes of Hazzard, I think, is also from your community.
Yeah. It's a lot of people, man. A lot going on in the small town.
Yeah, it's Taekwon Lewis with us, and we'll transition from Cooter, who worked on cars famously on Dukes of Hazzard, the television show, Ben Jones, the actor, to you. I have been told by a mutual acquaintance that you are a big-time car dude. Is this true?
Yes, sir, I am. I've been a car enthusiast my entire life, I think.
All right. So what would be among your favorites? You can go with a singular favorite, plural favorites. What do you like the most?
Right now, I'll say my favorite car to drive is a Porsche.
Yes, this is exactly the car that it was described to me right here. But Michelle has one that is white. So, yes.
Yes. I think that's the best car to drive. I think it's the ultimate driving machine if you like going in and out of curves, down and around. But my favorite car. It's up in the air, man. I built the truck, 71 C10. Let's see. I also like the Ford Galaxy. But I think the next project would definitely be 67 Cougar, the XR7. So
man,
that's probably one of my favorites.
Does
then we move on to a Mustang.
Is your Galaxy in honor of the patrol car at Andy Griffith's show from Mayberry, North Carolina?
No.
Yeah, not it's
my grandfather's.
Even better, man. Now, does it got hydraulics in it? Do you go all the way with it?
No, it's just all chrome. Nice car. It's fully stocked.
All right,
Gotta get a new carburetor for it. That's about it.
I love this, man. This is a hell of a conversation. It's funny.
Yes,
I didn't know this about you. And I think this would be there's a sweeps week, local TV wise. The sweeps week, I think, promo segment with this written all over it. Probably giving somebody some insight right here.
It might. You never know.
I will tell you this in closing. I know you're learning a lot. Again, a new system and all that with Lou Anarumo out at Colts camp right now. But my first car was a Porsche. True story.
Oh, wow.
It was.
What year?
1974. I'm 55. I was the class of 88. But I had a 1974 Porsche 914. It was a two-seater, mid-engine.
Yeah.
So what it was, Taekwon, it was a German 70s version of the Pontiac Fiero is what it was. This is kind of what it was, a German Fiero. If you remember the Fiero from the 1980s, Pontiac made, it was a mid-engine.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I thought it was like Magnum PI driving around in it, right? But and where we're from, because we grew up in really small towns, we drove around before we got our license. And I did that too, and I'm assuming you probably did as well. I wrecked that. I tin canned the Porsche 914, though.
Oh, no.
Tin canned
I've never been in an accident.
Yeah, well, don't ever be in an accident, and sure as hell never be in an accident in a Porsche 914 1974 mid-engine German Fiero, because it was zero fun right there. But I can always say,
I can only imagine.
I should have gone to the junkyard and ripped the logo and the emblem off the front. I will never forgive myself, even after I wrecked it, for not doing that, because that was what was important. It was the emblem on the front, which was most important to me. So, yeah. True story.
Most definitely.
Porsche brothers right here. Taekwon Lewis and JMV just having a car conversation on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, we'll do this again soon. Stay healthy. Keep after it. Continue to persevere. Always a great conversation. Fantastic having you on the show, and we'll see you when we get up there for a night practice or two, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You got it. Taekwon, thank you very much. That is Taekwon Lewis on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. We are Porsche bros. Not quite. His is stratospherically better than mine. But, man, mine was awesome. Awesome. I thought I was like Magnum PI without the mustache rolling around. I'm 15 before I get my license, and I'm not saying anything out of school. I think we all did that in the country back in the day. Cruising around. You ever seen the video to Tears for Fears and Everybody Wants to Rule the World? I think it's Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith. I think Orzabal is like rolling around, maybe Kurt Smith rolling around in a top with the top down. In a two-seat car in that video the entirety of the time. That's kind of what I thought. I'd play songs for the big chair and kind of crank it up, Tears for Fears, and drive around, because this was a Target top convertible. And unfortunately, much like Cameron Fry did in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I killed the car. Very unfortunate. The Porsche 914 mid-engine and what we described as the German Fiero. And let me tell you this, the Hillbillies back at Eastern Green, when they did shop class, went out to it and couldn't figure out where the hell the engine was. It was classic stuff right there back in 1985, 86. So it's Taekwon Lewis. Always a good conversation. Car guy, celebrated in his hometown, which we absolutely love to see that. And a member of the Colts defense. Again, his perseverance is something that certainly should be discussed, especially at the outset of this season. Quick break, we'll come back. We're live at Taylor's Pub. I would love to see you. Brent Holverson rejoins on the other side. It is a big day for us on this Tavern tour stop. Heaven Hill Distillery, just a little bit, shall I say, east of Ditch on 86th Street. Taylor's Pub, Greenbrier. We would love to see you. Stuff to give away and more on the inbound. This is 93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
Hey, back at Taylor's Pub, back-to-back days with Taekwon Lewis and Nick Cross defensively, and I think that it's appropriate considering the most massive, certainly, of the coaching changes or changes in general this offseason was that of Gus Bradley to Lou Anarumo as the defensive coordinator, and the difference in philosophies and the direction that they're going in all of that. Yeah, past 2 days, Nick Cross at safety, and we also had that conversation just now with Taekwon Lewis, the defensive lineman. Podcast with each 107.5, thefan.com. Taylor's Pub, 86th Street, just a little east of Ditch Road. Greenbrier is our location. Now, we are doing a kind of pick'em, right, Brent? As far as August and our Tavern tour stop right now. I've got more on my social media account on X. Do you have more over there, too?
Nothing yet. No, I've got what we've got so far. We've got about 7 of them now.
7 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
We'll do that a little bit later on. I got some more of those coming up as well. But Chelsea, we've got to get Chelsea on the board here.
Chelsea, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. Good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for having us. It's good for us to be here
Thanks
at the
for being
Greenbrier
here today.
location.
We love
Yeah.
it.
I tell you what, hold tight right there. Nathaniel, we owe everybody a NASCAR update right now, too, don't we, brother?
This is the Bet365 Command Center. Get your race updates here all month long and make sure to enter for your chance to win $500 by predicting the winner of this year's race on July 27th. Go to 1075thefan.com to enter. Now, here's your 2025 race update brought to you by Bet365.
All right, Nathaniel, we'll keep this tight. You just bring it directly back to me. Of course, the Brickyard 400 coming up on Sunday. You've got the support races really all weekend long. Lucas Oil Raceway is active with the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, at IMS, too. The sprint cars are out at IMS, I think, later on tonight as well. So it is a fun weekend of racing. And if you missed it earlier this week, Joey Logano joined me on the show about trying to track down his first out at IMS. It is your Brickyard 400 update today. Nathaniel, thank you very much. Chelsea rejoins us right now. Taylor's Pub, northwest side of Indianapolis in Greenbrier. Where were we? I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure I got the NASCAR update because it is a fast and a furious type of weekend, Brent.
It really is, and nicely done,
Yes,
done.
thank
But
you.
no, we were just having the honor of sitting next to Chelsea. Thank you for having us and join us again.
Yeah, of course.
Back here, this is our first time here at the Greenbrier location, which
It
is
is.
awesome. I mean, last time we were at Taylor's 2 across the street, if you will, and Taylor's Pub and Table up in Ingalls, and we look forward to doing a lot more stuff. But how are things? How are you? What's going on? What's new?
It's been great. We've been crazy busy. We're doing all kinds of stuff. I know last time when we spoke, we were getting ready to launch our DoorDash stuff. We're live with all of that stuff now. That's been great. So you don't even have to come here anymore to have our food. You can have it brought to you.
But we would love for you to be here.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
be here. But also, we'll bring it to you, too.
That's a nice thing to offer, but is there something about being inside these 4 walls right here that's pretty special?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we, all of us that work here, I feel like we were all regulars here before we ended up here. So it's everybody's, modern day cheers. So.
And that's what it's all about. That's what the Tavern Tour is. It's that modern day cheers spot. So, again, thank you for having us. One day, we're going to get Kyle Davis up here, though, and he's going to talk, and I'm going to I'm just going to make that my priority next time. But we love having you up here. So
Like, if you want me to leave,
not
just say
you.
so.
No. I'm just blowing him a little smoke back. I see him smiling back there. But
Chelsea walked in on me. I was using the women's bathroom a little bit earlier.
I saw nothing, literally nothing.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Hey,
That's what she says. But Kyle said, "Yeah, just go ahead and go in there." And I went, "Okay, go in there." And I said, "Hey, Jeff, make sure that everybody knows I'm in here." And of course, Jeff forgot.
You were
He
talking
was
about being
lagging.
shoved in the corner. I thought that water bottle was for
Well,
you to pee in.
it should be. I mean, it should be right here. And unfortunately, like last night for Earth, Wind, and Fire, I've got the small bladder working. That's problematic.
Well, you pulled that very nicely. Very good. Next time,
Chelsea
use the men's
walked
room,
right
please.
in on
but,
me. I'm just in there, and there's Chelsea.
I said the door locks. I mean, come on.
That's kind of that's you got to use.
I should have
that,
probably
too.
locked it.
You got to use that too, especially going in the women's room, John. Come on,
Probably should have done that.
Hopefully, you put the seat down too.
Always. So, hey, Chelsea, we got football season coming up too, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
assuming at some point you make your picks with us as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to win again.
You got
I'm
anybody?
close, I guess.
You got
I
anybody
tied,
in
right?
mind? this year?
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Why are you scared?
I saw some clips of training camp, and it always scares me. I hope I'm wrong.
For whose training camp? The Colts?
The Colts, yeah.
Well, you're going to be, I don't even know if you're going to be apprehensive about believing until they give you, proof of life, for example, that they can play. And that all starts with the quarterback position, whether it's Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones, until they show something beyond, these first 2 days of practice and what you see, in a coordinated practice setting. Then you're going to be a non-believer.
Well, I think it was April that we were talking. I said, well, it looks like defense, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So we just got to go defense route this year, I guess. So.
I think it's interesting the direction that they're going because there's so much more of an emphasis. I talked to Nick Cross yesterday. With Lou Anarumo, it is more about what you're doing, too, in the secondary. I mean, clearly, you always need quarterback pressure, and Latu is a guy that you would like to see provide that in year number 2. And, Kwity Paye, to a degree, to be able to step up. I mentioned Taekwon Lewis, who just joined us, get some up-the-middle type of rushing. But, it's that secondary that has been the concentration. And really the reason why that Cincinnati was really good back when their defense was really good. And then you lose a guy like Jesse Bates. He went to Atlanta, and, things in the secondary fell apart. And Lou Anarumo's defense with the Bengals fell apart. So there's a lot to prove. But you saw the focus of the Colts. They go with Ward and Bynum in free agency in a fashion in which they've not done, spending a lot of money. So that focus clearly with Anarumo's defense has been on that secondary, guys.
Yeah, and I think what you just said is spot on too, right? Like offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. We've got to put it all together, right? But you're spot on. That's very well said. That should be a shirt, by the way.
Chelsea's really good at what she does.
She's spot on. I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to have her do some guest picking with us. Hopefully, upcoming on a Larceny Lock show.
So what's going on here? Is it the same, this Taylor's Pub, to the one that's just down the road?
I feel like with how close they are, they're wildly different.
Okay.
Taylor's too, it's always busy, dinner crowds, stuff like that. We get a good industry crowd being closer to Keystone. This location, this was the one that made me fall in love with Taylor's. It's the late night. It's I've met some of my best friends here, and it's, sitting on bar stools. So
sure.
This one's, they're all unique in their own way, but this one was always, this is the one that made me fall in love with Taylor's. So.
That's awesome.
Look at Kyle's over there watching right there with the under the watchful eye of Kyle right there.
He's gonna beat me when I get done with this.
Is Chelsea right there? Brent, go ahead.
So Chelsea, what year did this Taylor's open up?
1995.
1995. See, that's it right there. We're talking 30 years, right? That's true Tavern Tour material style right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then Taylor's 2.
97.
97. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, that's awesome. And then the most recent,
now
Taylor's
we're
Pub
twice
and Table.
as big.
I know.
We've got Taylor's Bar and Table out towards Pendleton. That's a family-friendly restaurant. Incredible pizza out there. You got to go try it out there
The
if you
food's
haven't
outstanding
had it.
everywhere. Yes.
And now we've got Ruth's Cafe too. So we've got your late night spirits, and then we've got your hangover cure the next morning.
Look at that, adding on to the franchise.
And everything's on DoorDash, and we're doing catering now. We've tapped into all kinds of events. We're doing weddings. We're doing car shows. So it's lots of fun. So
7 days a week.
Yep.
Every day. Any hour differences?
The Pendleton location closes a little bit earlier than these two, but Nora and Greenbrier are both open until 2 o'clock in the morning. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
Guys, I have a question for you, and we were talking about the Colts and their quarterback situation. Do you think that you look at the supporting cast, whether it's, obviously Jonathan Taylor, but you look at the wide receivers and you look at Tyler Warren coming in as a rookie at tight end, do they have enough around any quarterback where that quarterback should be able to, if you're competent enough, lead this team, considering the AFC South, to at least challenge for a title? In considering Houston, what they've lost, we talked to their play-by-play boys, Mark Vandermeer, yesterday. Tennessee reloading, Jacksonville kind of hoping. Jacksonville's got a couple of definable skill position players, and Travis Hunter they added, and already had Brian Thomas down there as well, hoping Trevor Lawrence with Cohen is a lot better than what he has been, so far, quarterback-wise, kind of up and down there. Do you think they have enough supporting cast members offensively if a quarterback can give them the competent play that they can be competitive?
I think we've got all the right tools in the toolbox. It's just a matter of do we know how to use them. Clinton said this, by the way. I can't take credit for this, but it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He told someone one day, "You're a hell of a screwdriver, but I needed a hammer."
Yeah.
And that's been like my favorite thing. It's applicable to everything. But, I mean, I feel like everybody's made moves. It's a matter of were they the right moves for your system? Were they the right moves for that person? I mean, you look at somebody like Daniel Jones, maybe he just wasn't right for the Giants system. Who knows? Maybe he comes here and he's Danny Dimes again. We don't know. Time will tell, but
it'd be a great comeback player of the year story. So I love that adage if that's a thing to happen. But
who'd be more the comeback player of the year if they played well? Richardson
Tyrese Halliburton
or Daniel Jones? I don't think you're going to have to worry about Halliburton. Will come back strong.
Yeah.
I think you're cool. The Pacers have. I'm sorry, the Pacers have this stuff figured out right now.
Yeah. That's if the Colts can do what the Pacers did this last season, we're set. So
I would say Daniel Jones, just for the fact of what he, I've always heard this about him. He looks so great in camp. He looks so great until it's game day.
Yeah,
but again,
because you're not playing against people that wanted to slow your ass.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different level, right? But that Giant squad, they've been in disarray for many years, right? So he's got a new arsenal that he's playing with. You hope a Pittman steps up and a Downs, and do they have we don't have that true number one guy. Pittman should be that guy, but he hasn't for whatever reason. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. So it's been, it's going to be interesting to see. But I think you've got a new, like you said, you got the tools around you. It's going to who's he connecting with? Is he getting out there and doing some side throws? That's a key. You've got to get comfortable with what's around you right now. So,
well, I guess where I was getting at is I think their supporting cast is good enough with a competent quarterback for them to be good enough in the South. But I think it's just it always falls upon. I give you a great example. I think the offensive line is, especially at center and right guard, I have belief in them, but we shall see. I think that's more of a question mark than what and how you should interpret the wide receiver position, because I think that group, if the ball is thrown to them, other than we'll have to figure out Eddie Mitchell being able to catch it, but if it's thrown to them, I trust that group if it's thrown in their general vicinity, which has been clear that hasn't happened to a level in which they could be challenging within the division for at least since Gardner Minshew, going back to Minshew's opportunity he had a couple of years ago. So it's been a while.
I'm excited to see what Tyler Warren's going to bring. I think that's going to be a true addition right there.
Yeah.
You get him in again young. It's going to take some time, but that could be a big piece to the puzzle right there.
I wanted to text you that night. We were sitting there talking. You were like, "Who do you want?" And I said, "I want Tyler Warren."
Yeah.
We were all like, "No way, he goes that
Fell
far."
right in their lap.
Kyle
We
and I were texting each other at 10 o'clock at night, going, "No freaking way!"
Yeah.
That was the easiest selection that Chris Ballard could ever make. Right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blank that up, can you?
You wouldn't think so.
No.
I mean, that's something too. I think we got spoiled with Andrew Luck, and it's easy to say like, oh, what could have been, and all of that stuff. But since then, like, it's been a revolving door, right? So it's like we haven't had the chance to have a franchise quarterback since then. So it's like, it's kind of the same thing of if you have a new boss every other week. It's like, all right, well, who's running the show now?
Yeah.
So hopefully we pick somebody and roll with it.
All right, Chelsea is here from Taylor's Pub. Give the stats for where we are right now in Greenbrier to Westfield Boulevard to Taylor's Pub and Table and Ingalls, too.
We've got a little bit of everything.
You do.
I mean, it's whatever you want, really. But, this one, I mean, great food at both places. The menu's relatively the same from those three places. We're doing the breakfast brunch thing over at Ruth's Cafe. Like I said, we just started tapping into catering and events, and we're doing weddings now and all kinds of stuff. So we've got a private party room out at Bar and Table. We've got pool rooms at both of these two places, and we've got dartboards at this location. That's something that's always set us aside from the Nora location. So, but yeah, we've got a little bit of something for everybody. Great patios at both places. It's a little hot today, but most of the time it's nice to sit out there, and a bunch of TVs. Rolling into the season, we've got NFL package. Right now, we've got MLBX trainings, all that stuff. So,
how'd you guys do for the Pacer playoff?
I mean, it was crazy. Every location, it was, the Bar and Table one closes a little early. We were staying open late for it. I mean, it was great. It was.
It's amazing what winning can do at that level, too,
I mean,
right?
I'm like still emotional about it, but it's like it made everybody excited about sports again. So
and for all the right reasons with that team, because that's what it was. We're sold around here so much on the whole team concept, and that's 100% what it was. So you appreciated, I think, that along with that effort even more.
Well, just even seeing a Tuesday night, right? Just rocking back to the gills. I mean, that was the case
it was
everywhere.
fun. Strangers are hugging each other.
Yes.
Everybody's high-fiving. It's great. Like, everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than them, and that's what it was. It was being in here, it was like you were watching the game with 50 of your family members.
And then they gave you drama, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave you unbelievable drama in so many moments as you bring up Tyrese Halliburton, too. It just was never ending. It was the most feel-good until the 7-minute mark of the first quarter of game number 7. And then the feel-good, unfortunately, took a turn. So
that was the fun part, too, is that if it wasn't that person, it was next in line.
Right.
So
it is. Chelsea, thank you.
Yes,
thank
you for having us back.
Always
Appreciate
love talking to you guys.
Taylor's Pub, look at Ross.
Oh, look at the holster. Yeah.
Got the JMV Takeover T-shirt on. That's the fat JMV right there, a picture on the JMV Takeover T-shirt, which is good. And the Hulkster headband rocking right there. Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71 earlier today, Brent.
I know, very sad. And like we talked about, I mean, just an icon from the 80s.
Who's his greatest rivalry? Now, I'm not nerd enough
Andre
to know
the
this,
Giant, probably,
is
right?
it Andre the
Yeah,
Giant?
I mean, it had to be.
How many different
Seventh wonder of the
rivalries
world?
did he have?
What
I
is it, seventh
swear
wonder?
to you.
Eighth wonder?
And I doubt if there's zero way this would fly today. I think, did I see him at the Saturday night main event in 1985 wrestle adorable Adrian Adonis?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I believe I know that Adrian Adonis was there, but I have this memory of Hulk Hogan wrestling.
I just remember Hulk Hogan actually body slamming Andre the Giant. Picking that.
He did.
Oh, man.
It was a bit of a struggle.
It was.
But
he did it. I mean, could you imagine picking up 500 pounds? I mean.
He did it up there.
Or whatever he weighed.
You remember the film that he was in? I mentioned Thunder Lips in Rocky III. Thunder Lips in Rocky III, but he also had his own feature film, I want to say in 1989, that was along the same lines as the flop that Vanilla Ice was in. Remember Vanilla Ice's one and only film? Hulk Hogan's was called No Holds Barred. No Holds Barred. And it was a flopper right there. It was weird. It was like you had those 2 years you had, I mentioned the Vanilla Ice movie. Mm-hmm. I think it was called Cool as Ice. And you had No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. And the Andrew Dice Clay film called Ford Fairlane was also, everybody was taking advantage of all their popularity, and they were all pretty
Not
bad.
for everybody. Not for
everybody right there. No holds barred. Hulk Hogan was 71. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Taylor's Pub, Greenbrier. Quick break. We're with you top of the hour. Mike Chappell and more to come. Do not go anywhere. It's 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. Com, Taylor's Pub, Greenbrier. That location, 86th and just east of Ditch, is our location. It is so good to see a good friend. If I mention our good friend's name, because he's at a competing station now. You know, I met Taylor last night. Did you know that? I met Taylor. Taylor, and by the way, I was at Earth, Wind, and Fire last night. I met the awesome Taylor, who I believe Taylor's opposite of me right now. Probably voice tracked, but opposite of me right now. Maybe not voice tracked, but Sharon Smith as well as somebody else that I met. I did not know I was sitting next to them until the end of the show last night, but it was a fantastic time. I saw and talked to the awesome Dave Dugan last night as well. You remember what show Dave Dugan here locally used to host every Sunday morning? Do you remember on the radio? Dave Dugan had something back when the X wasn't what it is now. 103.3, X103 had a show on Sunday morning called what? That Dave Dugan was the host.
Huh, interesting.
You guys remember the Hangover Cafe? The Hangover Cafe, you know, and the X back then was all about, you know, new rock alternative. Shout out to Scott Jameson and the track dude Marco Young for being a part of that greatness back then. And then Nigel, who's across the hall downtown right now with Jason Hammer on 93 WIBC. But the Hangover Cafe, Dave Dugan would play a lot of early 90s and 80s alternative / new wave. So you heard the Sugar Cubes, or you heard the Pixies, or 10,000 Maniacs, and things like that. As a part of the Hangover Cafe, Dave Dugan's also been a noted voice talent around here for decades and a comedian. Really good to see him last night. Dave Dugan, formerly of the Hangover Cafe. That goes that's like 20-plus years back in the day, right?
Your
there.
memory always seems to just blow my mind, man.
And people ask me this all the time. Say, you know, you've been here. Have you ever tried to go anyplace else? And I remind them, well, A, I'm not good enough to go anyplace else. B, this is always where I wanted to be. Clayton Anderson has a song called Right Where I Belong, and I am right where I belong and where I want to be right here.
Isn't that special, though, when you have that and you feel it? I mean, I'm the same way with it, man. I mean, definitely a lot of different great places out there, but there's something to be said about the Hoosier hospitality and what we have around us. So, and speaking of Clayton Anderson's place, right?
It is.
Clayton Anderson, we had the pleasure to stop by the pre-opening last Friday.
You were trying to figure out whether or not I was having fun.
Yeah. That was
having fun.
I tell you, that place is going to be pretty spectacular. So that'll be a fun spot to talk about down the road.
Well, we love Steve.
Yes, Steve's a great guy.
Steve's a great guy, and we know Clayton's going to get that done as well. It's in the former Hard Rock Cafe downtown. And we did what I guess it was kind of a soft opening.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of a double secret probation opening, if you will. So it was. I think there was 150 of us. When we left there, I mean, they were at capacity, and I know you stuck around for a little while longer.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Shout out to your call, by the way.
hey, you know.
Well, my mom's calling.
I'm reaching out for you, man. I'm reaching out for you.
It was a good time.
Yep.
We got some more. We have a Tavern tour stop for the month of August that is now open. So we are taking recommendations about where we should go. Do we have any new ones over there?
Not that I've seen come in. I know you've got some stuff coming through there.
I have some new ones. We'll do that coming up on the other side. Brent and I rejoin Mike Chappell, day 2 of Colts camp practice. We'll get to that and all the details with Mike on the other side, too. Taylor's Pub, northwest side. 86 Greenbrier's the location east of Ditch Road. We would love to see you. Do not go anywhere. It's 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Care of this. From my understanding, they aren't on the same page about things. So
you say they're not on the same page.
As of right now, they're not exactly on the same page right now. So, but I mean, as I said, for me as a football player, I'm preparing for the season because that's what matters.
It's Bernard Ryman, Colts left tackle with Jake a little bit earlier. Well, negotiations going on about an extension. Podcast of the Jake's conversation with the Colts left tackle, 1075thefan.com. Bernard, check that, I'm sorry. Taekwon Lewis with me a little bit earlier. That is Feel So Good by the late, great flugelhorn trumpeter and composer Chuck Mangione, that died earlier today at the age of 84. Brent, did you recognize that song?
I did. It
feels so good.
Yeah, and it does. It's a feel-good song.
Classic yacht rock now in that category.
That's right up your alley,
Feel So Good right there. So we'll roll that on the JMV Takeover. Some Ozzy songs on the JMV Takeover. Hulk Hogan passed away today at the age of 71. And I'm sure we'll play I'm a Real American by Rick Derringer in his honor. And Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away earlier this week in a drowning accident off the coast of Costa Rica in the Caribbean. And I think he was my age, 55, maybe 54, 55. The longtime cast member, most notably, of The Cosby Show back in the day, right there. So Chuck Mangione, the latest a little bit earlier today. We're at Taylor's Pub. We're in Greenbrier. Brent Halverson. It's a Tavern tour stop.
It is, and again, a great turnout. Look at this crowd. Thank you guys all for coming out here.
I love seeing
We're
all
still
these
going to be here.
faces.
I do, too. There's nothing better, John, than to come out here, get to sit back with you, have some great cocktails, great conversation, see some great friends, and at a great location like Taylor's Pub. Here in the Greenbrier location, we are here for another hour plus, so
yes,
come on out. We still got some cocktails to sample out there.
And we're going to find in a month of August Tavern Tour Stop, according to you guys.
That's right.
Coming up in just a bit, too. By the way, it was Brian that just asked me this. The conversation got cut off here, but the name of Clayton Anderson's bar downtown is what? His honky-tonk is called Clayton's Country Bar.
Clayton's Country Bar, yes.
And they're going to do one in Broad Ripple as well, are they?
They are, absolutely.
Yes. And they have the old Hard Rock Cafe is the location of Clayton's Country Bar with Clayton Anderson. That is the answer, Brian, to that question. It is Brent, it is John, and on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline from CBS 4 and Fox 59, it is Mike Chappell. You probably heard the intro right there with Jake's conversation earlier today with Bernard Ryman. Negotiation tactics that obviously the Colts are going to realize what they have, what is necessary, the value of a left tackle, and at some point a deal is going to get done, right?
Yeah, and they've got, 6, 7, 8 major players whose contracts are up. Nick Cross, Alec Pierce, you get Daniel Jones. Quiddy Pay in there. And Ryman, to me, is at the top of the list. You know, I sort of think that ownership is taking a wait-and-see approach on a lot of these guys to see where these guys are at the end of the season, team-wise. Is it headed in the right direction? Do they need to make major change? Having said that, you need a left tackle. I could argue that maybe if there's a change, the new guys wouldn't value Alec Pierce that high or Quiddy Pay or whatever. And I value Alec Pierce a lot. But I don't care who is running this team. You need a left tackle, and Bernie's going to get paid. It's going to be, I think I went and looked at the top 11 left tackles average $20 million. And there's 4 or 5 right tackles making that, so he's going to get it. It's just coming to some agreement. Maybe it's early in the process. I don't know. Chris Ballard never discusses contracts because that's just not part of who he is, and I understand that. Generally, deadlines spur action. I don't know what the deadline is with Bernie. He's not going to hold out. He's not going to leave camp. As he knows, he's under contract this year. All I know is that if he has another good year, it's not going to get cheaper to sign him. So, but again, he will. There's no reason to give a hometown discount. Anyone who does that in any pro league is getting bad advice. He'll get paid. I think it gets done here. Whether it gets done before the season starts, I don't know. The fact they're talking is encouraging. It really is. So, and again, this is a guy that's still growing into the position. You know, he was late to play to play tackle, and had that really bad start in as a rookie. And he's gotten better every time he stepped on the field. They'll get Bernie done. I just don't know when.
All right, so first 2 days of practice, what's your understanding of what you've seen at the quarterback position, Mike?
It's an open competition. They've each taken 16 snaps each day with the ones and the twos. The first day, Jones started the practice with the ones, and then it rotates to Richardson later, and today it was the other way around, Richardson first. So they're going to get the same amount of reps for the most part, and we're out there charting them, and their numbers aren't great, but it's 2 days in, and you know, and again, I'm out there with Joel Erickson and Steven and James Boyd, and we're all charting these and looking, and you know, that was a pretty good throw, and that was crappy, but that's what you do. That's what we do, and maybe fans get tired of the daily charting where they are, but that's all we've got to do with these guys. So, you know, I'm curious where it goes. I think where it needs to go is that Richardson needs to be the starter, and unless he just has a bad training camp, which I don't think he will, training camp and preseason games, I think he needs to be the starter. If you listen to Chris Ballard, and even with Carly in her interview on Colts.com, they need to find out what they have with Anthony Richardson. Yes, the short term is important because you got to win now, but they've got to find at the end of this season, they have to know what they've got. They just have to. And if that means starting him this year and he plays well and doesn't get hurt, then you know what you've got. But if it means he goes out there and starts a couple games and gets hurt, then you know what you've got. You know you've got to find something else next year. But, boy, you've got to come out of this year just knowing what you've got one way or the other.
I think you figured out either way, though, don't you, Mike? I mean, if it's Daniel Jones, then so be it. I mean, it's just to me, I don't give a damn who ends up stepping up as long as somebody does, because I can tell you this: I feel as if I have a finger on the pulse of the interest level of Colts fans, and I can't remember a time when we've had a group that is as less juiced about the start of a season right now. And this one,
I don't disagree. And we were talking up at Westfield about how during this off season, the entire off season, there was no national buzz on the Colts. They're just, I mean, what? I mean, you're not going to draw. I think getting Mooney Ward and Cam Bynum was huge. Getting Tyler Warren was huge. But, you know, no one got excited about the Daniel Jones-Richardson quarterback competition. They just didn't. And the only way that this team creates buzz now is to win. We've talked, this schedule is set up. It is set up for these guys to get off to a good start and put themselves into position to have some kind of a meaningful season. And if they don't take advantage of that early part of the season, I don't know where this goes. And you're right. Whether it's Richardson or Jones, it's got to happen. But at some level, you've got to know what you've got with the third pick or the fourth pick in the 23 draft, because you've got to know what direction this team takes going forward.
To Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Our Tavern tour stop is at Taylor's Pub, West 86th Street's our location in Greenbrier. A little east we are of Ditch Road. So in consecutive days, I've had on Nick Cross and Taekwon Lewis. And I've asked about the adjustments that are being made from an old system to a new system defensively. They've been very understated in their description. What have you seen compared to what Gus Bradley liked to do to that of what Lou Anarumo is installing with his group right now?
We're noticing tighter coverage in drills, 7-on-7, 11-on-11. We just have, there have been more pass breakups. Mooney Ward, he and Michael Pittman are going to have some great battles. There have been a couple of interceptions. Juju Brents had one today against Richardson. And Justin Whaley is playing really well. I tell you, the first day with the ones on defense and the third-round picks out there with the starters, which is a good thing. That they talked this kid up all off season, had a good spring, and now he's out there. I like what I see, but we almost always like what we see. Maybe when you get new things. So until we see it in action in preseason games with Baltimore and Green Bay and whatever, but I like the additions. Gus Bradley's probably thinking, hey, I could have used some of that. But they've got a top level corner that they're going to let play the top receiver a lot of times. They've got a safety who's been very productive over 4 seasons. You get a new coordinator, and then you draft the JT out of Ohio State and Whaley, and you've got 4 pieces you didn't have last year, and you're expecting more out of Latu, and Kwity Paye has just been solid. You need more, but so I really like it. I still don't like the linebackers. I think they are so short at linebacker, and I'm sure Chris Ballard's getting tired of hearing all of us talk about that, but it's a fact, and Zaire Franklin's not practicing right now. I'm sure he'll practice in the next week or so, but I like the defense. I like the offense, except for the quarterbacks haven't been real consistent, and that sort of matters. But again, I think this is a good roster. I really do. Defense will be better. The offense they got good skill positions. Offensive line's got a chance to be pretty good. Jonathan Taylor he's top 3 in the league. He just is. He's quality. But quarterbacks got to do their job. But I like this team so far. But we're only 2 days in, and knock on wood, no injuries of note. So so far so good.
Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59 on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Before I let you go here, you mentioned Juju Brents a little bit earlier. Does this new system combined with, you got to cross your fingers, his availability lead to, I guess as I would describe it, a new lease on life and existence around here in the Colts secondary to you?
Well, I wouldn't say a new defense. I mean, the old has been injuries. It hasn't mattered what they've played or when they've played or how they've played. Juju just has had injury issues. As I've mentioned, he's missed more games than Anthony Richardson has, and we know how many games Anthony Richardson's missed. So maybe I hope the injuries are behind him. Besides being a really good kid and a local kid, boy, he's what you want size-wise and aggression in a corner. And you add him to this mix with Ward and Moore and Womack and Jones. This is a pretty good, and Whaley. This is a very, very deep corner group. Again, it hasn't been the system. It's been staying healthy. Remember, they tried to get him out there for the last game last year, just get some snaps, and he played like 6 plays before he had a hamstring or a groin. So hopefully he's run the gamut on injuries and he stays healthy because he could do wonders in this defense.
It's Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. He's every Thursday right here on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, Mike, thank you very much for the time. I appreciate that. Stay cool up there as best as possible, and I'll track you down when the weather is cooler, okay?
Yeah, like when it gets to be 70, we'll see you like in September.
I'll be there for you, brother. Thanks, Mike.
Be well, guys.
Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. Back at Taylor's Pub, Greenbrier, West 86. We're just a little east of Ditch Road. Brent Holverson rejoins of Heaven Hill Distillery. Hello, Brent.
Hello, John.
Look who we got here next to you. To your right is one Matt Godbout.
All-star cast right there.
Triple A. And, all right, where do we start with you? You got stuff to give away, I know that, but we're trying to make sure people become AAA members so we can give some solid stuff away to them, too.
Yeah, we are. We're excited with the partnerships we put in place for this summer, and we got a couple of things to do today with some Indian tickets and Indianapolis Zoo Family Pack.
Yeah.
So we're excited about those two partnerships this summer and the discounts that the members get at those two venues, and we can give away some stuff here after the break. And
I just heard from Goins, by the way, the Prez.
Yeah.
The Prez says that the traffic is bad.
Oh, yeah?
That's what the Prez says.
Well, you better get AAA roadside. You don't want
There's no doubt about it. The Prez better get AAA here. Yeah.
That's right.
There's no doubt about that. So how are things going with AAA?
Good, really well. Yeah, we're excited. It's kind of the heat of the summer for us as far as Ruoff Music Center and all the benefits up there for our members. Victory Field with the Indians.
Premier Lounge, which is up there.
Yep. Yeah.
Early entry you get into the lawn.
Yeah, the AAA Fast Lane out there at Ruoff Music Center. Get on up to 20 minutes early, so you get in there, get your spot on the lawn. But the cool part this year is we've kind of got the VIP lounge there for our members. It's almost kind of a cool, unique VIP experience. You come in through the Fast Lane, go right into the lounge. $15 to $25 to pay for the Fast Lane, free for a member. $15 to $25 to get into the tailgate lounge, free for a member. So you do a couple concerts, you're paying for your membership just with those two events.
That's outstanding too. You know what? I'm sitting here. I've been a member for 30+ years, and I'm happy to hear about this too now. So I'm going to come out there and use
my pit crew come in my driveway and change my tires.
That's even better.
Yes, I did.
I mean, the service
beautiful.
you guys provide, my friend. And again, we've talked about it several times. I mean, I've used it over and over again, and had I think my most recent one when we were down on the south side. You came in, and it just happened. It was a wintertime, cold day. Daughter flat tire going to school, and within 20 minutes, you guys were there to save the day. So didn't you save me from getting out and have to go through and fight through it,
Yeah, we've got a lot of students going off to college, coming up here in the next month or so. So, if you're a member or even if you're not a member, it's great to have, your students on as part of, your membership and as an associate. So if you're a member and you want to add an associate, we can do that for you. But, my daughter is over in Ohio in college and soon to go up to Wisconsin, and her having a membership makes it a lot easier for me knowing that if something happens with her when she's 2-3 hours away.
Just the safety and knowing it, right? I mean, that's a lot to a parent too, and it's such a big thing for us. And my daughter's going to college next year, so knowing that AAA is going to be on her side makes me feel a little bit better too. So
absolutely.
You want to give away some stuff coming up on the other side?
Absolutely, yeah.
We are because of the fever tonight. We're off a little bit earlier than usual because this is NASCAR week. So we'll stretch all this stuff in. We have the Harris Leisure Park race of the day. When we come back, Matt, I want you to give away some stuff, and then we'll figure out exactly where we might end up going coming up in August.
Absolutely, we will. We also have another edition we'll be giving away. So there's a lot of stuff here in the next 30 minutes. We got some tickets to give away for Mudsock Fest 6.
Yes, we do.
At Mystic Waters Campground starting tomorrow.
We got that. We got some other names as far as where you would like us to go for a Tavern tour stop in the month of August. Matt Godbout, Brent Holverson, JMV, Taylor's Pub, Northwest Side. Tavern tour stop the month of July continues. It's 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. Lucas Oil Raceway coming up on Friday night with the Truck Series. Yes, Brickyard 400 weekend is upon us with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. All right, thank you, Nathaniel, very much for that. Your update for this weekend, which is going to be fast and furious, as I've mentioned. Hey, 7 o'clock tonight right here on The Fan. 6:45, Eddie Garrison has your coverage. Las Vegas and the Indiana Fever tonight as the Fever try to bounce back after that loss in New York the other night. Taylor's Pub, Tavern Tour Stop. Brent Halverson is with us from Heaven Hill Distillery. Hello, Brent.
Hello, John. What a great day here at Taylor's Greenbrier
yes,
location.
It is. Matt Godbout of AAA, AAA.com, AAA membership, and I noticed that your boss is not here because he was unable to get here because of the traffic.
That's right.
Let's make fun of him for a little bit, shall we?
Can't get anywhere easy around here.
Let's do that a little bit. All right, Brent, I know you want to give something away because our friend Brandon was on the show a little bit earlier regarding Mudsocks. What is that?
Absolutely. So Mudsock 6, which is at Mystic Waters Campground, starts tomorrow.
Yes.
You got band Jansen playing at 7 o'clock, and then Saturday, fun-filled day, 5 bands, and going to ultimately lead up to the American Fools Band, which is an outstanding John Mellencamp cover band, probably the best in the country right now, selling out everywhere they go. And all of this is for Theraplay. They do, it's all donations, charity for Theraplay. We do have Jade Gallulo in here, who is also a big hand in the Theraplay world.
Is he really?
And then Josh Lasley, who was just here, his wife Brianna is out there as well. So very near and dear to our hearts. But Brandon Cass has generously decided we're going to give away 4 tickets.
Yes.
So how about we get caller number 6 right now? You get 4 tickets for both Friday, Saturday night, Mystic Waters Campground. Caller number 6 right now. Leave your name, number. We'll be in touch with you and get you squared away. But it's going to be outstanding out at Mystic Waters this weekend, John.
Nathaniel, get caller 6 at 239-1070 right now. They can attend that fantastic event. And we should also remind folks that we have a lot of recommendations for the August Tavern Tour Stop in here.
We do. I'm looking forward to kind of combing through what we've got here. I know we've got a good handful.
Like I have Shallows a number of times right here.
Shallows
in Greenwood.
Shallows is standing tall right now.
Yes.
But
Shallows in Greenwood. I've got the Melody Inn, Freeman's Pub, and Claremont. A couple of others right there. And not to mention those that are out of the area, too. We have an available Tavern Tour Stop because of a unfortunate closing that we had scheduled next month. So if you would like to see us go to your bar, if you own it, or if you know somebody that owns it, or if it's your favorite place, at JMV 1070, 239-1070, or just let either Brent or I know, and we'll see if we can get that done.
Absolutely. We will announce that later on probably next week, right, John?
I like Shallows, man. Shallows is a good spot.
Shallows is standing tall right now, so we'll see.
Aggie's Funhouse in Bloomfield's not bad either.
That will be August 28th. It's a Thursday, 3 to 6, so we'll let you know where it's going to be. Come join us at this secret location to be determined.
And become a AAA member today. Matt Godbout is here, AAA.com to become a member. You also have stuff to give away.
We do, yeah. In recognition of the partnerships we put in place this year, again, with the Indianapolis Indians, we're excited to be working with them again in our second year. We'll do 4 front row tickets for the game tomorrow night.
Nice.
Wow. The Indians are home all weekend, so get out and see them. AAA members get $4 off all tickets, 10% off concession stands, 10% off merchandise. So, get your membership. But, yeah, I'd love to give away 4 front row tickets tomorrow night. They're our personal company seats, so sit down there, enjoy the game tomorrow night. And,
4 front row.
Not a better place to watch a game.
Number
front row.
9 at 239-1070, Nathaniel. 4 front row for the Indians tomorrow night, courtesy of AAA. How do people become a AAA member besides what I just said?
Yeah, just get on AAA.com. There's different membership levels with different benefits. We have our Classic, Plus, and Premier, so, the different levels that you get, there's more benefits that come with them with the higher membership. But yeah, you can certainly take advantage of a lot of the stuff we're talking about just with that Classic membership. But yeah, get on AAA.com, check it out, and I would love to see you become a member and take advantage of all the new cool benefits that we have.
How's the summer going with Ruoff and Symphony on the Prairie? You have partnerships there as well?
Yeah, great. The second year with both of those partners, so we're seeing a great results there. I was out at the Lumineers Tuesday night, and we had
Hey ho!
We had a.
Were you one of the adults smoking weed out there like all the other adults were?
I was not. I was not doing that, but I was singing along a little bit.
Hey ho!
Hey ho!
Hey,
yeah,
so I've said that a number of times in my life, just not in the Luminaire song. Yeah.
I can see that.
Thank you very much.
I can see that.
Yes, thank you. But you still got a great schedule coming up.
Great
Toto,
schedule.
Men at Work.
Yeah, there's some great
Christopher
shows.
Cross,
Chris
Billy
Stapleton's
Idol,
coming up
Chris
here in a couple of
Stapleton,
weeks,
yeah.
or next weekend, I guess. So, yeah, there's some
Nelly
great
out
shows
there,
coming
too?
out. He's coming, yeah. So there's a good lineup coming still. So, again, jump on, get your membership, take advantage of the cool benefits we have up there, and love to see you up there.
Absolutely love the Premier Lounge. What a great way to get started out there, too.
Yeah. We actually had to move to a new space this year because the lounge we had in place last year became so popular that we moved to a bigger spot. Again, right off the fast lane as you come in, and love to see all the members up there like we had Tuesday night at the Luminaires. It was packed.
Mystic Waters Campground is wide open right now, too, Brent?
This weekend, Mudsock Fest 6. It's going to be happening out there. And then, as you mentioned, John, we've got the third edition of the Weekend Bender coming up for Labor Day weekend. just down the road
Bender.
as well.
We'll do this show on a Friday, and then the JMV takeover on B105.7 on Saturday.
Absolutely, and again, we're talking a lot of concerts out there. We we shuttle to every show out there. So Chris Stapleton's a big one coming up next weekend.
Next week,
calling out there,
$25
$25 get you to and from safely. Come on out, spend the time at Mystic Waters, enjoy the time.
Matt Godbout, thank you very much. Become a AAA member today, AAA.com. Dev, thank you. Dave, Ethan, thank you. All our friends here, Brent Halverson at Taylor's Pub in Greenbrier for a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Taylors. Thank you, everybody, for coming out here today, and we'll see you hopefully next month.
We absolutely love it. Nathaniel has been outstanding today. He's had to juggle a lot. Nathaniel, great job out of you, brother. Thank you. I'll see Nathaniel in there coming up tomorrow. Taekwon Lewis, Mike Chappell, Podcast 107.5, thefan.com. College football with Phil Steele coming up, among others, on tomorrow's show. Beyond the Bricks is on the horizon with Jay Query. And then you've got Fever Aces tonight. Eddie Garrison will get you there with the pregame show. Fever and the Aces downtown. You got it right here at 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow at 3.